I used to think recovery came from professionals, from people with diplomas on their walls, lab coats, and clipboards. And don't get me wrong, some of them helped. But when it came to this, to addiction, it never really stuck. Turns out, I'm not the first. There was a man named Roland Hazard, wealthy, respected, lost. He saw every doctor in the country. And when none of them could save him, he crossed the ocean to meet one of the greatest minds of his time, Carl Jung. 12 months of treatment, one of the best to ever do it. And it worked. Until it didn't. Until Roland drank again. Dr. Jung told him something no doctor had ever dared to say. He said, "You're beyond medicine. What you need is a vital spiritual experience. Not a church, not a sermon, but something alive, something bigger." So Roland found his spark in a small group of changed people, not priests or saints, but men who had once been just as sick. They believed in honesty, purity, unselfishness, love, and through that, Roland found sobriety and a mission. He shared his story with Ebby Thatcher, a man one drink away from the asylum. And Ebby, he got sober too. Not because he studied recovery, but because someone lived it in front of him. Ebby passed it on to a man named Bill Wilson. Flat broke, ashamed, living off his wife's income in a time when that was unheard of. Man on the edge. And Ebby didn't preach. He didn't beg. He just said, "This is what happened to me, and maybe it could happen for you too." That story saved Bill's life. And Bill, he passed it on to a man named Dr. Bob, a man who wanted to drink again, but instead of reaching for the bottle, Bill reached for him. And something miraculous happened. They both stayed sober. That moment, that one act of connection became the seed of Alcoholics Anonymous. One man helped one man who helped one more. A lifeline that traveled through decades, across oceans, and somehow ended up in my hands. You want to know what I believe? That my story, the one that I'm ashamed of, might be able to rescue someone else. That maybe what we call a program is really just a chain of broken people, willing to be honest, willing to believe in something greater, and willing to speak up before it's too late. And that chain, it starts again with me.
You in the building, the Bunker Boy Band. They in the building.
With the summer work in Montana winding down, Dean takes the boys on an adventure of being in the local 4th of July parade. It's a new and exciting experience that isn't without its own challenges.
I'm telling you, they take it very, very seriously in this town, you know. And they're not, you know, we're at the starting line, joking around, you know, float jokes and all old car jokes back and forth, just poking and jabbing, having fun. And these people get all uptight. They don't like that stuff. It's very serious to them. Sir, can you tell me where to get to the school? How to get to the school?
Go back up there, take a right, go as far as you can, take a left, and then take another right, and keep on going. You'll get there.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Those are pretty clear. What do you say?
How many addicts does it take to put batteries in a radio?
Did I put it? Oh no, I put it back.
That was right.
Yeah, okay, you did put it back.
One is go. Stop.
Just remember I can't hear, so lean over.
1 hit is go, 2 is stop. So if I start going, stop.
I'll know all that.
That's it.
You're only gonna be beating, there's so much noise.
No, I'm gonna hit the top of the roof. You know it.
All right. Never driven in a parade before. That was pretty good. You know, that big truck is kind of cool to drive anyway. It's just a rough 4-speed, top speed's about 35 or 40. And it's just kind of a fun truck to drive. You know, and then all the screaming, yelling fans at the parade was cool. You know, lots of pretty girls to look at and just cool stuff. Made me kind of feel like a star for a minute.
The parade was interesting. I don't think any of us for a second remembered that it was a 4th of July parade with our preparation. We were just hell-bent on doing the Doomsday Bunker thing.
Usually I'm like, you know, this is my area. But I got nervous. I saw all these, when we first hit the edge of the townspeople, you know, and we have gas masks on. And like, you know, they were like looking at us like we're lunatics. I mean, we are, but I got uncomfortable and I was scared. I was scared to drum. I was scared to like do my thing, you know. And then Zeb, man, he just took off. He just started right from the get-go. Started banging the sticks and waving at people.
I was wearing a gas mask, so I felt pretty comfortable being wild and crazy because I knew no one would recognize me.
So close.
Hey guys, I got a few things left, not much.
They call this truck the Yoda. 1950. Dean Anderson. Yoda lives. Bunker boy. They have issued a seek shelter for the next 10 to 15 minutes. So everybody just got in, close to the building.
Are you sure it's big enough? Oh my god, it's fine.
Yeah! Woo! Yeah! Go! Go!
Headache because I've been drinking that tea you make every morning, which I appreciate very much. Thank you.
Do you have anything? Do you have a response to that, Zeb? To the
Entitlement issues, you understand that? Yes. He has entitlement issues. He thinks he's entitled to everything.
Did I make you mad that
No, I'm pushing on you to hit a nerve. That's how it works. I'm going.
What about Reed? What's Reed got?
You don't understand. Reed's been through all shit. You can't even picture him as a fucking whiner, can you?
Yeah.
we're getting ready to start on the front gate here. So again, we're trying to repurpose, re-characterize, utilize things that we have, recondition, scarf, that kind of stuff.
The first phase of the bunker project is almost complete. The boys are repurposing some leftover pipe to use as a gate. Also, making use of the bobcat to roll stones to their final resting place.
Well, we are working on the design for our 2 poles coming in, and the shelter was called Victory Bunker. So we're going to take the letter V and cut it into these metal pipes on the outside so we can put a light down in it and it will show a V toward the street. We're going to cut the pipes on a 45-degree angle. On the inside, we're going to put a triangle because we're all in recovery, and triangle means change, and that will be pointed toward us at the house. I'll put some solar lights down in it with an automatic charger down in the hole. We'll fill these big pipes with cement, and it'll be fabulous. It's going to be really cool.
There was a point in my life, I remember I got a beach permit on my truck, so I'd go down there sometimes and sit. And I remember thinking, looking at some of the older beach bums that have really never left and they just sit on the beach and drink all day. I thought there's nothing wrong with that life. I'd be fine with doing that in my old age, but now I almost feel like my area is toxic in a lot of ways. You know, I've been to Minnesota, I've been to Montana, I've been all over the country, but sober is a different way to go around the country. You know, there's a big nation out there, there's a big world. I kind of want to be a part of it instead of just sheltering down in my home.
Well, you know, I have a little anxiety about traveling. For some strange reason, that's an anxiety that's left over from my old days. I worry about breaking down. I hardly ever do, and I have, and it's not that big a deal, but traveling this far is a little nerve-wracking, you know, and I knew this trip was gonna be rough, but I'm able to take it, I'm able to deal with it, and it always makes your everyday life a little bit better. You know, a little hardship, it's good for you.
I read this line once, and it talks about fears, real and imagined. Fears, real and imagined, make you want to cling to your current psyche or your plan or your way of doing things. So you don't want to change anything because it's fearful. There's fear of the unknown, or there's a fear that things are going to get worse. You know, I've always liked to push the envelope, and I really got into the program early on and psychology, and I read, and then I figured out, wow, you know, the more that I test the limits of my abilities for intellect, my physical abilities, and my abilities to pressure up against the fear, just go forward through things, the wider my scope of possibilities become.
I think I got a lot of fears disguised as other things. I try to turn into attributes, but they're really just, you know, masks and shit. And highly anxious, prone to depression, just all the regular maladies, I guess. Just, I don't know. Through this trip and the things that led up to it, I think a lot of things have come into play, and you know, I've opened my eyes. I think the biggest thing for me that was hindering me and keeping me stuck in this rut that I was in since I was 13 is that I thought I had a set lot in life. I thought that I had a hand of cards that was dealt to me, and that's what I had to play. And then I fed off that, and it spiraled downward. Instead of making magic out of canned goods, I just ate cold beans.
I think the concept of God is imprinted on everybody's heart. I think we know that, and it's very tough for us to accept a different type of life for us, and leaving drugs and alcohol. And over time, I think we start to live a more spiritually based life.
quickly, and I'ma keep hustling till the law come to get me. I got no company for my misery. They say the Lord saves, well, why don't he come get me? I'm real bad at being good. Break these chains, man, I wish I could. Have a change within, the only thing that would. Wash me fresh and clean like soap and soot. Gotta have some faith in something greater than you, man. Get knocked down, and you get back up for your dreams. And you get back up for your love. And you get back up for, you get back up for, you get back up for the fight. And you get back up for today. And you get back up for tonight. And you get back up for, you get back up for, you get back up for the fight.
You guys see the rainbow? Yep. No, it's like every day. They're like, whatever. How's it feel to see a rainbow? It's another rainbow.
Yeah, I'm in a good mood. It's a beautiful rainbow. I just want to find the pot of heroin at the bottom.
Oh, girls and girls, so you got to behave yourself. And it's a big sweat lodge. And you'll see the rocks are cooking underneath the fire. They're going to take these red hot rocks and dump stuff on them. Do you have a towel?
No.
You have anything? You have any cloth to sit on? Yes. Anything?
No, my shirt. You didn't mention any of that.
I said bring a towel and goggles. Let me see what we got in here. Hang on. Ready for your fifth step?
Yes, very much so.
Cool. This is Zeb's hobby. He's in here working out, releasing a little stress, getting ready for a fifth step, which I'm very proud of him for doing. It's not easy. Here we go. Reed with the Straight Outta Mobile shirt, still in Montana. And he is up here working on his hobby as we're slowing down on phase 1 of the bunker build out, conversion, rehabilitation. You're gonna throw a quarter of a telephone pole on your shoulders? You bet me $5? Yep. All right, Reed bet me $5 he can put a quarter of a telephone pole on his shoulders. Oh my God. What'd you eat today, dude?
Wheaties, baby.
Oh, wait a minute. Did you see how that thing landed? Zeb, pick that thing up.
It shook the ground, didn't it?
No, it bounced like a freaking volleyball. Oh, oh. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, he cradled it like a baby. Man, I gotta watch you. They're coming from all angles, dude. You gotta watch out.
Montana Society!